First day of fall training camp for you at BYU. You're experienced at it in
Mm.
Division I football, but how did it go today, and just how do you feel about this team?
I think everything went really good today. First day jitters, everybody's a little amped up, figuring out the plays and all that. But for the most part, everybody did a really good job, knew where they were going, knew what they had to do. And it was just good to finally get out with the boys, strap it up and get after it.
Sure. I know there's only so much you can do right now as you acclimate, heat acclimatization, pads,
Mm.
like you're slowly putting on pads, that kind of thing. But what's sort of the number one thing you guys are focused on right now in the D tackle room and on the defensive line as you ramp up into training camp?
I think it doesn't really matter where you go, stuff like that. It's always trying to improve, get 1% better every day. And so I think right now, this week especially, this emphasis is be intentional about everything we do, whether it's, film study, learn the things, learn the plays inside and out, whether it's get your 8 hours of sleep and really dedicate yourself to taking care of your body, stuff like that. So it's really, like I said, just 1% better every day.
I wasn't going to go here, but you mentioned it, and you're like the fourth person this offseason
Yeah.
to mention make sure you get those 8 hours of sleep. Is that a big emphasis with this coaching staff or in this room about like making sure you're doing the other things outside of training, nutrition, and
Oh,
sleep
yeah.
schedules? And
Yeah, especially nutrition. Dan takes care of us. He's fantastic. They got snacks, healthy stuff. I'm not really a big health guy. I'm more into Oreos. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, yeah, they got the good beef jerky, the bananas, all that. So that's really good. And then yeah, the 8 hours. I mean, that's a necessity of life. So truthfully, it should be 9 or 10 if you can get it in. So I mean, that's what I shoot for, whether I get it or not. But yeah, it's the basics of taking care of yourself and being a high caliber athlete. Yeah, they're on us all the time.
Yeah. 9 or 10 hours of sleep while you're also trying to juggle, like going to class,
Exactly.
homework, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I've got a final this Friday. We got fall camp this week. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you gotta love it. This is what I signed up for, and so I'm just I'm excited to juggle it, go through it. This fall camp number 4. So yeah, it's a good time.
You got a final this Friday, so you've been in summer classes.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So we all are in summer classes. And then yeah, my final. I got finance this week. So finance on Friday. If anybody's got any tips, man, you know what I'm saying? Let me know.
Time off. Slide into his DMs on Instagram.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah.
Remind me your handle real quick.
Justin.Kirkland1.
Justin.Kirkland1. If you got any finance tips,
let me know. Please let me know.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk a little bit about this team because I think your story is pretty cool. You're a local kid, grew up in West Haven, went to Roy High School, star out there. The defensive side of what Parker Houston was offensively.
Yes, sir. Yep.
I like to say, right? And then you took a little bit of a circular path to BYU in some ways. I'm not going to lie. You always seem kind of like a kid that sort of wanted to go out and explore, maybe get away from town and sort of see what was out there.
For sure, yeah.
What brought you, I guess, kind of back to BYU after you went to Utah Tech, I believe, for a year?
Yes, sir. Yep.
And then you played 2 seasons at Oklahoma State. What kind of brought you back home?
So out of high school, obviously I was trying to get recruited. And, I mean, every story has, I just kind of put it in God's hands and let him take me where he wants to take me, So high school, I was deciding if I want to go on a mission or play football. Ended up wanting to go on a mission. So right before signing day happened, Utah Tech, Coach Lonnie Fangupo hit me up. We went out there, had a super fun year, learned a lot of stuff. And then after that, it was like he was going to a new school, and I was like, oh man, what situation am I in? I think my wife and I were figuring out how we were gonna live in a trailer park down there. Like we were gonna make it happen. But then we just we decided to get in the portal. Got hooked up with Oklahoma State out there, and loved Stillwater, loved Oklahoma, everything about that place. And spent 2 fantastic years out there. And then kind of this last transfer portal, I've obviously buddies with Parker Kingston. I've played BYU for 3 years now, whether it was at Utah Tech or Oklahoma State. And so I knew a lot of these guys, and obviously that opportunity was there. And I was kind of texting them because obviously they went 11-2, And then it was a struggle for friends and family to get out there. Stillwater is a fantastic place, but it's hard to get into. You either land Oklahoma City or Tulsa. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Either way, it's an hour drive in.
But it's a tough drive.
Yeah. Yeah, and so it was kind of a more difficult place to get in unless you're being real intentional to get out there. And so I was like, man, it's my senior year. I want to come home, play in front of friends and family, So that's really what kind of brought us back to BYU. And I mean, talking out there with those guys, I mean, kudos to those guys. Like they really had my best interest. And they were like, yeah, man, go Cougs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
When you made your announcement, you were entering the portal. You were going to transfer for your final year.
Yes, sir.
Did PK slide into your DMs first, or did he
Dude,
text you
yeah,
within
that dude
about
was
10 minutes?
tampering the whole time. I'm just playing, but yeah, obviously me and PK we're pretty good buddies, and so we've been like figuring it out how to make it happen. He was either going to go out there or I was going to come out here. So obviously I came back out here. So
Sure.
yeah, so me and PK were good buddies, and then I obviously posted that, and he was like, "Come home, man, welcome back," all that. So yeah, it's good to be back and share the same locker room again.
Playing a little game of chicken over who was going to punch first.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he ended up winning, man.
You've mentioned a couple of times your wife. You mentioned your wife before, and she's been with you on this whole journey from Utah Tech, Oklahoma State,
Yep.
now back to BYU. Mm-hmm. How big of a role? Because you did mention coming back home to play closer to friends and family, and your wife's also from the area. How big of a role did she kind of play in your decision to come to BYU?
Yeah, something about my wife, I mean, she just wants our best interest, and I mean, she's the rock, you know what I'm saying? So I just chase a ball for a living. She's the one who's like, yeah, well, we should think about this, we think about that, you know? Obviously, we were excited. It's a great opportunity. You ask her, though. She loves Oklahoma just as much as I do. And so, like I said, we were really blessed out there. Just be able to come back, though, friends and family, because we haven't seen some of those guys in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And so keeping those relationships alive, and obviously they're all excited, too. I'm like, yes, going to the games, you know? So, yeah, it's been huge. She takes care of me, all the above, make sure, because obviously football takes all this time. So she crosses all the T's, dots all the I's at home. And, yeah, she's fantastic. Yeah.
Well, you fit a really nice role on this BYU team, a team that lost a lot to graduation, of current pros, I guess, now currently on that defensive line. Coaches don't like to use words like rebuilding and reload, and sometimes they don't even like reloading. They like to use words like opportunity.
For sure, yeah.
What kind of an opportunity do you feel like is in front of you on that defensive line?
I feel like everything is in front of us as a D-line, as a defense, as a whole team, and just have that opportunity is fantastic. I love when you're put in a position where all you have to do is go take it. You know, no one else is holding it from you or keeping it from you. All you got to do is put in the work, effort, which this team is doing, and just go take it. And so to come in as a D-line, all these guys are fantastic, phenomenal. I mean, they know their stuff, very technically sound, effort is phenomenal, and then just high morale. I mean, I've been around guys who think the world sucks and it's sad, and these guys are happy and yelling and hooting and hollering at 6 a.m. I'm like, dude, what are you? We're about to go run. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just being an atmosphere.
Didn't even have coffee.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just shotgunning a monster or something. But yeah, so to come in here and everybody's just like genuinely morale, rooting for each other, cheering for each other, but still being aggressively competitive, it's just a fantastic place to be.
On the field, football-wise, I don't want to get too much into X's and O's and semantics, but how do you feel like you fit into this D-line with what you played at Utah Tech and Oklahoma State, and kind of what the scheme is like here? How do you feel like you fit?
For sure. So I think I've been really blessed. I've had a different coach every single year I've played college football, defensive line coaches, yeah. And so I've had coaches who are more on like a schematical side, X's and O's. I've had coaches who are more on the effort side. Coaches who are like a player's coach, care for you, stuff like that. And so to be able to come here and Coach Fuhai, I mean, he's the best. But then fit in with this D-line, have these fantastic linebackers behind us, fantastic dudes surrounding us. I mean, I've been on a lot of teams where it's like you almost got to do 1.5 of your 11. You know what I'm saying? But here it's like I just got to worry about me because I know the guy next to me is going to get his done. And I mean, it frees me up, frees them up. And then when you can count on each other like that, it's a beautiful thing.
Last question, and I'll get you out of here on this, because I know you served a mission in Hawaii.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Which mission?
So when I was out, it was all the islands.
Oh,
so
it was all one. Okay.
Yes, sir. So I served on the Big Island, both Kona and Hilo side, and then I was in Haleiwa.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can I get you to give a big aloha to your new fan base?
Aloha. I love it.